We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Kiss my ass.
They're criminals. It is a hole. You ever been there?
He says what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. When my Real America's Voice technological Gonzo team says that they're ready for me, you'd be the first. Welcome back to Ted Nugent, Real America's Voice, Spirit of the Wild Campfire. Take a look at me. Look at this guy. Look how effervescent my spirit, my physics of spirituality is. Welcome back to Truth, Logic, and Common Sense Orgy. It's like I keep referencing it's an A-10 Warthog, and all my military buddies love when I reference the A-10 Warthog because it's the ultimate tank killer. And when I grow up, in fact, I did grow up, and I am a tank killer. If the tank is evil, if the tank is stupid, if the tank is inconsiderate, unconscionable, treasonous, criminal, and corrupt, I'm an A-10 Warthog tank killer. And you know, I'm in a frenzy. Have you had your frenzy yet today? I'm having a cup of hot mocha Joe. I need it. I mean, I just got in here by the skin on my tutu because I just gutted a beautiful big swamp donkey. Have you gutted a swamp donkey lately? A swamp donkey, for those not in the know, is a miraculous, mystical, delicious, sacred creation from God, the perfect size, dimension, and thickness to accept a razor-sharp broadhead at the end of the mystical flight of the arrow. And she dwells in the sacred fens, swamps, and marshes of the hinterland, which I happen to own quite a nice chunk of. So I know you tell your friends that this Nugent guy is crazy. Well, compared to the people who just voted in a communist and a jihadist in New York City, I guess I would be crazy smart. You know, I'm not really that smart, but compared to those people, I'm like a genius. I laugh, because if not, I'll cry. So here it is, the beginning of November. Yesterday was my grandson Jack's, I think his 22nd birthday. Has he been around 22 years? I just had a brand new grandson, River Wolf Nugent. I'm moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to keep the American dream full of hellraisers and working hard, playing hard patriots and suspicious we the people demanders of constitutional accountability. Boy, that Nugent is a radical son of a bitch. And not only that, but I just literally, if you could see the sink in my man cave cuckoo's nest arsenal of democracy, where Coco is on a MyPillow.com dog bed. Sadie is all stretched out. She's actually squirming on a MyPillow.com dog bed. And Jackson is sprawled wearing a harness and a bandage because he is such a gung-ho, kind of like, you know what my dogs are? If there was a book about my dogs, it would be called this. Look at this guy. Don't hate me for having such a wonderful time. Just take a deep breath and try to absorb my effervescent masculinity, middle finger orgy of defiance and suspicion, and Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Bo Diddley, Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave, James Brown, Motown, Funk Brothers, essence of the most emotional, outrageous, defiant, uppity, outrageous, irreverent, F-U-N. We're going to put on the screen in post-production. Capital F, capital U, capital N. I am your fun daddy. And speaking of fun daddies, yes, this is a book. My son, Rocco Winchester. We should have Rocco Winchester. Rocco Winchester, I love you. Fleetwood, I love you. Louisa, I love you. And I love your kids, and I love Danielle, and I love John. And I love Sasha and Mark and all the boys. I love Toby and Aaron and Felix and Jack. I love you, Heather, and your entire family. I love your family. We got June, and the family. I love the family. I love all of you, and Rocco, and Heather, and Chantel. I love you, Chantel. Talked to Chantel this morning. And Rocco and Belle and River Wolf. I love all you. I love all you people watching right now. But that's because I've had a Gonzo life. I don't think that's actually going to be the cover. There's so many unbelievable photos in this. But anyhow, I'm on a whirlwind here. Life can be a whirlwind. And as we witness the tragedy of the dumbing down of America as manifested in its most offensive and dangerous and cruel and criminal and evil way in New York City. If you want to see what happens when you have a teachers union that doesn't give a rat's ass about education, and you have an entire generation, I think 3 generations, of the dumbest people that ever graduated high school. And only the guilty need to feel guilty, which means about 90% of the people out there are guilty because they're still putting poison in their sacred temple, and they voted for a jihadist. And he's not a socialist, he's an outright, he's the enemy of America. They said right in their literature, the Muslims want to infiltrate the world and kill you if you're not a Muslim. That's their battle cry. And quite honestly, I know some good Muslims, and they're trying to blow the whistle. But if I'm anything, I'm a whistleblower. When I see stupid and evil and dangerous and crime and negativity, I blow that whistle. Which is why, in the final analysis, as we witness New York City commit cultural and spiritual suicide, and Virginia committing cultural, spiritual suicide, as we witness New Jersey on a rampage to commit cultural, spiritual, constitutional suicide, I nonetheless hung up a giant swamp doggy and just reveled in the plunging of my sacred shiv. And I gutted this majestic donkey, and she's hanging out there dripping blood. Blood being the lifeline, the life flow, the life essence of the protein sustenance that the perfection of hunting, fishing, and trapping has accomplished for those of us that participate. And speaking of those of us who participate, happy hunting season, happy rut. We're going to put this on the screen, capital R, capital U, capital T, multiple exclamation points, because this is when the bucks are going crazy. I swear to God, the deer have some listening device, and they listen to my love songs like Bite Down Hard and Wango Tango and Wang Dang Sweet Poontang. And Little Miss Dangerous, the bass line in Middle Miss Dangerous. That's a Fender Bass 6, kind of like the Beach Boys used and what Joe Perry played on Back in the Saddle Again. But listen to the song Sunrise. I have a Hunt Music CD. Go to tednugent.com and get the Hunt Music CD and listen to the instrumental Sunrise. Take one with Michael Lutz with a brand new recording device in Ann Arbor, Michigan many years ago, and I had a Fender Bass 6 6-string bass. I think Cream. Come on, my brain's not working. I'm still in the gut pile. Jack Bruce. I think he played a Fender 6-string bass. He also played a Gibson 6-string bass. A little bit of musical historical nuance on the Ted Nugent Real America Voice Spirit Campfire. It's different, isn't it? I'm different. I was always different. Nobody understood. I didn't play follow the leader. I was always in the woods. They hadn't invented peer pressure yet. Seems I stood alone, but my daddy had a vision, love, family, and a home. But punks used to laugh at me. They said, how can you rock and not get high? But I just stood my ground, and I watched those goofballs fall and die because I just want to go. By the way, my RAV team said when I played the instrumentals last week on my Gibson acoustic guitar, which is here somewhere. But I played for a bunch of special needs kids last week. And when I played the Fred Bear song, there was about 20 roustabouts, 20 working hard, playing hard American sheet kickers, because we're sponsored by MyPillow.com. So having good world-class quality sheets are very important. When it's time to change your bedding, it's time to kick the sheets. So we had some sheet kickers, since I'm not allowed to use the word. We'll go ahead and promote MyPillow.com. Mike Liddell is a sheet kicker, I promise you that. While we're at it, but I played the guitar for special needs kids. And so when Mike Lindell and MyPillow.com sponsor the Ted Nugent Real America Voice Spirit Campfire, it's far, far beyond just raising hell and ranting and blowing the whistle and spotlighting cockroaches so that the good can continue to accelerate against the bad and the ugly. I'm a representative of good against bad and the ugly. And you find people that love me, really the best people in the world, MyPillow.com. Go to MyPillow.com. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving is coming up. Graduations and anniversaries. Special events are coming up. Barack. That's a good-ass Joe. Where'd my Joe go? Go to MyPillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT, and start buying your Christmas gifts at MyPillow.com, because Mike Lindell's the real McCoy. He's exactly what the Founding Fathers wanted all Americans to be: suspicious of authority and make sure that we wield our We the People A10 warthog of authority, because the only real authority in America is we the people, and Mike Lindell represents that. So buy some pillows and slippers and bathrobes and dog beds. I'm gonna hump this because I only have 30 seconds left in the first segment of the November. When is this going to air? November 8 or whatever it is on Saturday. But go to MyPillow.com and type in the code SPIRIT and buy something for everybody you love. And also go to TedNugent.com, where you can get all kinds of cool stuff for Christmas. But who wouldn't love one of these personally autographed God, Guns, and Rock and Roll Christmas gifts from Uncle Ted? So go to MyPillow.com, type in the code SPIRIT, go to TedNugent.com, and spend your hard-earned money on American-made good stuff that make people very happy. And I'm here because I make good people very happy on the Real America's Voice Spirit Camper.